Sith Troopers are the new Stormtrooper variant seen in Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker, and very soon they'll be playable in Star Wars Battlefront 2. Hey everyone, it's Andrew, and what you're seeing here is footage from a Battlefront 2 Sith Trooper mod. I'll leave a link to it in the description. It's very cool, and if you have Battlefront 2 on PC, you should definitely check it out. By playing this, I wanted to get an idea of how Sith Troopers will feel and play in Battlefront 2, and what their abilities might be. Today, I'm going to look at all the Sith Trooper weapons that have been revealed by Star Wars and Lucasfilm and try figure out which weapons and abilities they'll have in Battlefront 2, along with the new First Order Jet Trooper, who is most likely also a Sith Trooper variant. So Sith Troopers in Battlefront 2 will be unlockable reinforcements, only available on sequel-era maps, including Takodana, Jakku, Starkiller Base, the new jungle map seen in the Rise of Skywalker trailer that's also coming to Battlefront 2, and also most likely on Crate. And I think they're definitely going to play a major role in updating the First Order's reinforcements and strengthening the First Order in Battlefront 2. So far, the Resistance and First Order only have two playable reinforcements: the Resistance Rocket Jumper and Wookiee Warrior, and the First Order Rocket Trooper and Flame Trooper. So what's cool about this Battlefront 2 mod is that it actually changes all First Order infantry and reinforcement classes into Sith Troopers. And it's not just a red skin for the regular First Order Stormtroopers. The mod actually features accurate helmets and armor, making these guys look exactly like Sith Troopers, which was great for getting an idea of how these troopers will feel and play in the game. I played a few rounds of offline arcade, and if you play with bots, the rest of your team are actually also Sith Troopers. And it was great running around the map with a squad of these guys exterminating all the Resistance forces. This actually felt like a movie moment, like we were invading the Takodana castle and ratting out all the rebels. It was very cool, seeing all the red stormtroopers flood into the castle and just take everyone out. Very cool. Sith Troopers were part of the 105th Battalion of the First Order Military Stormtrooper Corps, and apparently are named Sith Troopers because they draw power and inspiration from the Sith's dark legacy. Not really sure what this means yet, we'll have to wait and see the film, but we do know they're going to be more powerful than regular Stormtroopers and act as some kind of special Stormtrooper unit. However, there are rumors around Sith Troopers being a special group of Stormtroopers that have actually broken away from the First Order, perhaps not as a part of the Resistance, but as their own legion of rebels. It's an interesting idea, but I feel this is very much just a rumor, and wouldn't make sense in Battlefront 2 because the Sith Troopers are a reinforcement for the First Order, so obviously they wouldn't have a squad of First Order defectors still fighting for the First Order. Or perhaps the reason their armor is red is because the First Order realized it was becoming too much of a hassle to clean blood off the white Stormtrooper armor, so they decided to make it all red. The bill for Stormtrooper armor's dry cleaning was getting too high, so they just made them all red. I think it's a good, sensible choice. Now, along with the Sith Troopers, Battlefront 2 is also getting a new Jet Trooper class, which I'm assuming are most likely going to be Sith Jet Troopers with red armor. It's not yet clear if the new Jet Troopers are going to replace the First Order Rocket Troopers, the guys with the pistol and rocket launcher ability. That wasn't made clear in the community transmission, so we're going to have to wait and see for that one. But the current Rocket Troopers cost 1,000 battle points to unlock in the game, which might give us an indication of how much the new Jet Troopers will also cost. So on to abilities. How will both the Sith Trooper and new Jet Trooper work? Well, I have a feeling the new Sith Trooper is going to feel somewhat similar to the Clone Commando, a slightly tankier reinforcement which deals high amounts of damage at mid to close range, but will be underpowered at long range. And the Sith Trooper's blaster also looks quite similar to the blaster used by the Commando, the DC-17M. High rate of fire and perfect for mid to short range. But again, why are they called Sith Troopers, and how do they draw inspiration from the Sith? Do they have force powers? They're not Inquisitors, they're Stormtroopers. So does this mean they'll be Kylo's guards? Is Kylo becoming a Sith? Or do their combat tactics somehow take inspiration from the Sith? There's no real explanation of any of this yet, so I guess we'll have to wait and see. But what's interesting is that the Sith Trooper Black Series figurine actually comes with multiple weapons, and not just the standard blaster seen in these photos. There's a red FWM-B10, which is the weapon used by the First Order's heavy class in Battlefront 2, and this weapon here seems to be a smaller, more condensed version of that blaster. But I have a theory that this is actually some type of flamethrower. I could be completely wrong, but Sith Troopers shooting flames just seems like a good fit. You know, Sith Troopers are red, flames are hot. That makes total sense to me, even though they don't have a gas tank on their back or attached to this weapon, but we'll see. Okay, another weapon, the Sith Troopers will also have a claw arm attachment. Not sure how this will work in combat just yet in the movie or in the game, but it looks a bit clunky. Perhaps it will be able to extend out and grapple enemies in some way, I don't know. And they'll also have this blade arm, which is possibly a Vibra Blade. Now this is interesting and could possibly be part of the reason they're called Sith Troopers. A melee weapon that's possibly capable of blocking a lightsaber. If this is included in Battlefront 2, it could work similar to the BX Commando droid's Vibra Blade, which when activated makes the droid dash forward and swing. So there's definitely a few weapons and abilities here for the Battlefront 2 devs to choose from for the Sith Trooper. My guess is they'll have the blaster as their primary weapon, the Vibra Blade as a melee attachment, and either some form of flame or sentry cannon as an additional weapon, which will be one of these other weapons here. But it does seem like they're going to be a pretty powerful reinforcement, but definitely a close to mid-range class. Okay, on to the Jet Trooper. These guys will most likely have abilities similar to the current Jet Troopers in the game. The Battlefront 2 community transmission reads, "The First Order Jet Trooper has received new training and jetpack equipment to achieve dominance over the Resistance." And they're going to have a grenade attachment for their blaster rifle, which also sounds very similar to the Clone Commando's DC-17M, with its anti-armor attachment. I'm assuming this grenade attachment will replace the other Jet Troopers' rocket launchers, as their other two abilities will most likely be their jetpack controls, one to go up and down, and the other one is like a side jet kind of thing. So this guy is basically just a pre-existing Jet Trooper, but now with a different blaster and grenade launcher. So from the First Order's perspective, it seems the Sith Troopers were designed to establish new power in the First Order following the death of Snoke. In the Rise of Skywalker, the First Order has a new leader, Kylo Ren, but my guess is that Sith Troopers were created to give the First Order a new image. An image of power. It's reinstating that image of power. Just the fact they're called Sith Troopers implies they have something to do with harnessing power and evil for the sake of galactic domination. But how the Sith Troopers play their role in the war against the Resistance, we'll have to wait and see, but based on their weaponry and name, they'll definitely bring something new to both the Rise of Skywalker and Battlefront 2. So what abilities and weapons do you think the Sith Troopers will have in Battlefront 2? And do you think they'll be as powerful as Clone Commandos or other Battlefront 2 classes? Let me know in the comments. And for everything new in Battlefront 2 over the next few months, and for some details on how BB-8 and BB-9E will work as new heroes, go watch one of these videos here. And follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Discord for more updates on Battlefront 2 and Jedi Fallen Order, other Star Wars games and news, and updates on my life. And thanks for watching this. My name's Andrew. I'll catch you soon.
Stay bombastic.